There's a shocking New York Times poll. You know, the New York Times that loves Biden, just out. The vast majority of Americans, including most Democrats, say Biden is too old to remain as president. Wow. I got a shocking poll for you to talk about. There are new numbers out 2 days ago. This is from the New York Times, the most left-leaning large newspaper in the history of America. Can we agree they hate Trump? The New York Times, I mean.
Oh, of course. No. New York Times, they love Trump. They only took a fake image of Trump and put him on the front page with a little kid looking up at him. But they love Trump.
Okay, I just want to make it clear to our viewers. If it's a poll from the New York Times and it's not good for Biden, how bad is the poll really?
Oh, I think they're fudging the numbers.
Well, listen, because the numbers, these are the fudged numbers, okay? Meaning, as you're saying, it's probably worse.
Oh, it's a lot with Barry. They cannot put the actual number out there because there's no coming back from it. If the New York slime, well, you know, if the New York Times actually put the actual numbers of Joe Biden's poll, it would be devastating.
Let me tell you what the number is. 73% in a national survey, 73% say Biden is too old for the presidency. It's a New York Times Siena poll. And of that 73%, 61% voted for him in 2020. They're bailing out. More than half his voters say he can't continue as president. Those are Democrats. Now, when you think about it and you look at Biden today,
the angry old man.
That was him on Monday. He looks like somebody's great grandpa.
Mm-hmm. Angry old man.
He's mad. He can't find his porridge. He doesn't remember where his car keys are. Forgot that they don't.
Wait a minute, Barry. But when he does talk about his car, he goes vroom vroom.
Oh, that's true.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah, he makes the vroom vroom noise of his Corvette.
Vroom vroom.
Now, what's weird is a couple days ago, he did a campaign rally in Richmond, Virginia, where Joe Biden, this is on the mic, I listened to it, said, "I'm running for president and I'm leading big in all the polls." No, I was just kidding. That wasn't Joe Biden. That was Donald Trump. And he is leading big in every swing state. Remember, audience out there, the popular vote doesn't matter. What matters is the Electoral College. And you've got to win states where Electoral College votes are important. Like in New York, if Trump loses by one vote, all the electoral votes go to Biden. In all the swing states, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, okay? Trump is up. Those are every state I just mentioned Trump lost in 2020. And if the polls stay the way they are, Donald Trump is going to win by an absolute landslide.
Can I say what President Trump is what he's been saying here lately?
Sure.
Too big to rig. Can I say that?
I think so.
I mean, I'm just quoting him.
I get it. I'm
just quoting him.
And I think what he means
I just want to make sure
he's
we're
got to
clear.
he's got to win by so much you can't cheat.
I mean, that's what he's saying. I'm just quoting. I'll make sure, for, the information, the tyrants out there. I'm just quoting what he said. Okay. I don't want to get anybody in trouble here.
Here's what's interesting on that same survey. 55% say Trump's not too old. That includes all the Democrats.
Because he still has his mind about him. He can actually say a sentence and complete it without putting his foot in his mouth. He can actually go on a stage and know which way to go to get off the stage. He can actually talk to a group of people and not tell people, I just talked to someone who's dead.
Have you ever seen him stick out his hand and shake hands with someone who's not on stage with him?
Trump, all the time. I mean, no, that's Biden.
Wrong president.
Oh, Barry, did you see the video where President Trump was mimicking Joe Biden? Oh, Barry, it's so hilarious. You know what makes it hilarious? Because President Trump, being his age, being who he is, he has a personality. He's like, how you doing? And then did President Trump actually put his hand out like he was shaking somebody?
Oh my God.
And then he walked to the back of the stage and he was doing this. Which way do I go?
Well,
I can't believe you hadn't seen it. It's so good.
If you think about it, you and I expect it now. We've been conditioned, truly conditioned, to expect our president to be so disconnected he is unable to do the normal things that a normal president does, right? Yeah. And that's so shocking because we're used to it. When you get used to something that is inappropriate behavior, it becomes a little bit okay. And that's really, really, really sad. Mm-hmm. And that's why the numbers are getting so low for him. Yeah. People realize, oh gosh, we're done with him. We can't do this anymore.
And it's too late for them to change it going into the DNC, Barry. I saw a report just the other day. They were saying, can they switch him out for somebody now? And they said it's too late because in most states, all states, they would have had to have had it in there for any person that's going to run. The only way that they can change it up now is if Kamala Harris gets what she wants. And that is devastating in itself because they don't want her either. And Barry, just this time last week, the State of the Confusion took place. This time last week. And I'm subject to believe. Now, here's a disclaimer. I have no proof of it. I'm not a doctor, not a physician, and not even a teledoctor, nothing. Okay. It's just my perception or, what I am viewing for myself. There's a disclaimer. I think he was on drugs that night.
Everybody.
I think he was hopped up on something that night, some kind of speed of some sort. I don't know. Probably giving him the really good stuff because he was somewhat there, even though he still messed up quite a few times, which everyone's entitled to mess up every now and then. I get that. I mess up all the time. President Trump, he'll mess up every time. Everyone's entitled to that. But the very next day,
he was back to normal.
He was back to not remembering anything, back to shaking dead people's hands, back to not knowing where he is, right back to the same thing. And then you hear all of them on the left, like Jerry Nadler and all of them saying that they can't say anything about memory cognitive now, can they? Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. And Barry, there was a poll that came out after the State of the Confusion and his numbers went down.
After the speech, even on whatever it was.
Exactly.
Whatever it was, it still declined more. There's never been a president with numbers this low, and there's never been a vice president with numbers this low. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
You're almost doing the flat line, except for you got to ever just a little bit of